Hello, and welcome back to another Mr. Auto5 video. And today we're going to be looking at World 5 Blocky Planetoid, and we're going to be looking through a walkthrough. And I'm just going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks to clear the bosses, some of the runs. For the loadout, I'm going to be using a green plasma cannon, which is level 11, a level 13 necro shield, which is blue. I'm going to be using a scope because there's a lot of flying enemies in this one. And I'm going to be using iron sights because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of ranged enemies. I think almost every single room has a ranged enemy in it, so maybe even if you want, you could take 2 iron sights and it might be beneficial for you. You could switch it out for ground enemies and use explosive bullets, but I think the ranged enemies and the flying is pretty good. And I'm going to be using Frostino, which is level 25. And let's just get right into this. I'll skip through a little bit, show some tips and tricks here and there, and I'll explain some of the perks that I pick. So for example, in this one, multi-shot is probably the best one to go with. I don't need poison, I don't want dwarf. Multi-shot is the best, hands down. And obviously when you're trying to pass a world, don't use mystery crates or anything else. Try to do it without using anything at all. So if you're going through, don't use any revives, don't use any mystery crates or anything else, and try to complete the world without getting your favorite perks, because it's a no-brainer. Because if you try and beat it with only your perks, the next world will be much harder for you. In this one, you could use time stop. It would be really useful in this level, but I'm going to go with big attack up because I think it's the better of the 3 options, or the better of those 2 options. More damage or more firepower is always better. It's really easy. The bullets that follow, just block it with something in the middle, like in this case the pipe, or you could go up to that one and stand on top of the pipe and shoot. Okay. Oh, and whenever you can, just use these. It's really useful, makes your life so much easier. They're not always accurate, but if you're able to, don't go for them if you're able to use them. Now in this one, it's a pretty interesting choice. You could go for triple jump or band-aid. Now, I don't use triple jump as much. I prefer the double jump, so I'm going to go with band-aid, but either of these 2 options is really good. Band-aid is because obviously it heals you after every room, so that's a bonus. Alright, skip the mystery crate, get the small speed up. Perfect. Okay, this is pretty easy. Skip through this. Okay, and try to play around with your loadout and pick the best gun that you like, and only upgrade that gun, so that way you're comfortable with going forward with all the levels. Okay, now this one, since it's only level 4, I'm going to go with Titan armor. Some people, the only reason I do that is because I have a chance of getting all the other ones, which is Titan shield and Titan heart, I believe it is the other 2, which gives me the purple Titan power up. Because if I get that, then I'll be able to just bounce on the bosses and kill them that way, and it gives me a lot more defense. And the only reason I'm doing this is because it's only level 4, as you can see on the top, so I have a lot more chances of getting all 3 of those, and then get the Titan perk at the end. So it's easy, just dodge this guy, get that. Alright, so now you could go for death poison, but it's not worth it. Chain shot is much better, hitting those melee enemies that are going to be coming up. Chain shot is a no-brainer. Okay, so this is the first boss. Really easy to defeat this boss. It has two attacks. It has the follow bullets, which is like this, and the other one is the 2 enemies that it creates. For the follow one, okay, I got hit there, but all you have to do is jump over those bullets every time they come up, or jump through that gap that you saw. I got hit in the middle at the end. That was because I misplayed it, but you can do that. And don't even focus on hitting the boss. Your gun will do that for you. Just focus on dodging the bullets that come at you. Okay, I'm going to be fast forwarding through some of these levels. The perks, I think you guys can figure out which is the best for you guys. So now, okay, so I will say one thing. If you were to pick between Death Ice and Death Blast, go for Death Ice. The reason I say this is because every time you kill an enemy, it slows down all the other enemies in the area, and it's really useful. So Death Ice is better than Death Blast in my opinion. Uh, However, in this case, since we have homing shots, I'm gonna go for homing shots instead. So homing shots, and yeah, I'm going to be fast forwarding through some of these levels and maybe come back to show some of the perks, though I think you guys get the gist of the idea of which perks to pick. I personally say pick the perks that you're most comfortable with, or always offer more damage. That's the best way to go. But if you like, for example, if you have a chance of getting the Titan one, uh, go for it. If not, then you don't have to worry about it. It's just there's always better perks out there. Some that works better for you. Oh, misplayed that. Should use this cover. And all right, there we go. So I don't know if you guys just saw, but I made a mistake. I took which one did I take? I took flamethrower instead of Titan shield that came up. So I made a big mistake there. But that's okay. I can just work around it. It's not a big deal. So I just took flamethrower, which is still useful. It really helps. Just hide behind something, and you can still damage the enemies like this. Just stand there. You can still do all the damage. So it's a really big mistake. So don't do what I did. But yeah, it's a small matter. Okay, so boss number two. This boss has really easy patterns, okay? So the first thing it does is the jumping attacks, and every time it stops, it's going to charge at you. So it stopped, charges at you. Oh my god! And then every time it's jumping, you have to make sure you try and jump through it. Sometimes you misplay it. It happens. But yeah, there's two attacks. It has the jumping thing that it does, and the other one is it just charges at you. And now these perks, this is a no-brainer. You can go for max health up. I'm not going to do that. I already have almost 3,000, 2,600 health. I can get away with it, so I'm just going to go for a big attack up. More attack, more damage, easier to kill. Okay, that's the way I think. So that's the one that I'm going to go for. All right, I got hit there. Okay, so the final boss. This boss is a little hard to kill. All you have to remember in this one is keep your distance from this boss. It has multitudes of attacks. I'm just going to take that hit. The first one it has is these bullets that it bounce, top, bottom, left, right. Then the second thing it does is it stomps. Every time it stomps, it stuns you. Every time it stuns you, it usually charges at you. So you get stunned and you get hit. So be careful because you can get hit by one of those bullets, you can get stunned, and you can get hit by the charging. So that's 2 damages for 1. Also, it has a third one which it shoots a big bullet, and every time it hits, it's just like an explosion damage. So be careful of that. It doesn't have good range, but it still does damage. So that's World 5 completed. Very simple, very straightforward. Lots of dodging that you have to do, lots of jumping around. But yeah, it is very doable. You do have to upgrade some of your weapons. I think all blue or with one purple. I did it with one green, but one purple would be good. Maybe the purple weapon, and you should be good. So for the next video, I'm going to be doing Toth, which is World 6. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, stay safe until the next video, and I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye bye.